Hello ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise, what's up? My name is D3vious, and I actually don't have a lot of time to record this commentary because someone's coming over, and chances are I won't even be on the computer after that. So, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way right now. Titanfall, first impressions. I'm going to blow through this as fast as possible, and I'm going to make more detailed videos later. First on deck, I'm going to cover the campaign, the regular multiplayer, then the balance between Titans and pilots, how they feel individually, and just in general how good the game is, in my personal opinion. Now, this is before I get into the next generations of pilots. You'll see that it's kind of like a prestige thing, but most of the gameplay you're seeing is from just regular multiplayer. I'm going to be blunt force trauma with this. The campaign is BS. You don't play it more than once to get your Titan unlocks, and after that I'd say just put it down. All it is a little bit of exposition during the downtime between matches, and after that it's maybe a cutscene and then you go and kill things. And that's pretty much it. There's no real, it's not a dynamic storyline. You play it from two different angles. It doesn't change no matter what you do, no matter how hard you wreck on both sides. It sucks. Then you don't feel like you're rewarded for anything. It doesn't feel like, okay, we just dominated the enemy team in hardpoint mode. They never held a single hardpoint except for their starting, and we even took that from them a couple minutes into the game. They only had like barely less than 100 points. We won after that. It was beautiful. We even completely destroyed their dropship. None of them escaped. It was an absolute slaughter. Okay. Their ship still got away, and, well, you failed. That's pretty much it. That's about how the campaign goes. It doesn't matter what you do, you're going to get the same outcome. I was a little bit thankful for this, but it's just because I was still learning the game, and it wasn't in a wrecking type of mindset just yet. Okay, so that's the campaign, but that's just the story. Let's talk about gameplay and multiplayer. There aren't a lot of multiplayer modes. There's Pilot Hunter, which is, I think, your basic TDM. There's Attrition, which is kind of Dota style, hunt down everything and kill everything on the enemy team. Grunts are worth points, Spectres are worth points, and Pilots are worth points. By the way, the AI just being there is fantastic. Their little input when you run by or save them from a Spectre or just do anything in general around them, their input is hilarious and awesome. It makes me feel like I'm a Spec Ops trooper that just joined the regulars to try and hold off this enemy assault. The immersion is really good there. If only they can incorporate that in a more deep fashion in the campaign. On that note, the combat controllers, or operators, or however we want to talk about them, namely Bish and Blisk. They're the only two characters with flavor, and I just love it whenever one of them pops on comms saying, alright, your Titan's going to be ready in 1 minute. Like, I actually enjoy IMC only because Blisk is the operator for it. And every time Spyglass comes on, I'm like, oh, dude, put the Irishman on. But that's just me. And on that note, kind of still dealing with the campaign, Blisk and Bish, and to a slightly lesser extent Barker, are the only ones with flavor. They're the only characters that I actually cared about at all. And Barker, I didn't really care about him because he was an asshole, but he was designed to be an asshole. He had the flavor of an asshole. That is horribly dirty. But the point being, Barker was semi-memorable, both because of his name and because how he is played out. He doesn't give a crap, he just wants to drink, but he's dragged into this, so he's going to be a dick about it. Bish is kind of your casual guy that is just kind of badass with computers, so he decides to do things. And then Blisk, let's be honest, Blisk is a psychopath, but he is a lovable and memorable psychopath, so he's kind of memorable. I don't remember anyone else. Even, I think it's McAllen, the guy you're supposed to be following. I don't care. I don't remember the name of Graves. Graves is the IMC commander. I don't care. I don't care about him. He's just a guy that is telling me where to go. Nothing really stuck in my mind about any of these characters. The one that I'm kind of on the fence about is Sarah, the the secondary controller for the militia. And the only reason I don't say she's memorable is because stereotypical action girl. I'm sorry, that's how it is. Okay, enough ranting about the bad, let's get to the good. The multiplayer is very fun, very fast-paced, not Call of Duty. I swear if I hear any of that in the comment section, I'm going to counter-troll you like a 12-year-old. But the combat actually feels very good if you're using all of it. If you're not, if you're just doing your basic Call of Duty thing, it's going to feel like Call of Duty. It's designed to. But it's also designed to have jump jets and wall running and mantling and all kinds of fun stuff. And that's just the pilot combat. Now let's talk about Titan combat. It feels like a slower version of Hawken. And that's pretty much all I can say about that. The Titan combat is solid. It makes you feel like a badass when you go on a streak with it, or when you rip a pilot out of his Titan and crush him in your Strider's hand, or fling him halfway across the map. Or even better, the Ogre one, where you rip off both of the enemy Titan's arms and then smash one of them into the cockpit. It feels awesome. Then we get into the pilot versus Titan and vice versa combat. As a Titan, you could punch pilots out of the air, pop electric smoke, and zap them like bugs. Or just shoot them and use missiles and high explosives and do all kinds of stuff. But as a pilot, you got a mag launcher, which is a grenade launcher that has magnetic grenades that hunts down Titans. You get close, you're going to hit. Sidewinders is basically an LMG with rockets instead of bullets. The Archer, standard rocket launcher, and then the charge rifle, which is essentially a Spartan laser. All of these are very useful for taking out Titans, and even if you don't have any of those ready or on hand, as a pilot you can jump onto the back of a Titan and do, quote, rodeo, unquote, it, and basically pop open a hatch in the back and start shooting its brains out. And trust me, with one LMG mag, I have torn through 2 Titans at a time. And it's fantastic to see that because, now granted, the LMG is pretty much designed to do this. It's got a special attachment called the Slammer that is designed to get into the rodeo situation. But the point is, it's awesome. The interplay is beautiful, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. In fact, I actually enjoy taking on Titans more as a pilot than I do as another Titan, unless I get a decent amount of support. So, that's the multiplayer, the interplay, and now I've actually covered pretty much everything first impressions wise. The weapons, I feel, are pretty much balanced fairly well, except for the Smart Pistol, which it's very controversial, the Smart Pistol. A lot of people call it a noob weapon. A lot of people call it, well, you're just not good enough to turn around on time or notice people. I think that it should have a visual or audio cue when you're being locked on, kind of like the Titan pilot lock thing. Hey, put that in just for the Smart Pistol in the pilot's HUD. It wouldn't be too direct, but you get a general idea of where it is, and you can't say that you were taken out without any warning whatsoever. So that's my own little fix there. I don't think anyone will ever use it, but hey, it might work. And aside from that, the weapons just feel nice. They all have their sweet spot range, and none of them really overlap too bad, except for the Car SMG and the R101 not sniper rifle, the R101C carbine, that kind of have the same-ish sweet spot range, though barely feathering between each other at the maximum long for the Car and the maximum short for the carbine. Honestly though, every weapon has its spot, and every weapon has a unique feel that you are going to enjoy, I guarantee. Same goes for the Titan weapons. There are dedicated close range weapons, dedicated support weapons, dedicated long range weapons, and they're all kind of obvious. There's just a ton of stuff that you can do. One thing I have noticed though is the fact that you can't customize anything. You can't even customize the name of your loadouts. You're just custom loadout number 5 with Titan custom loadout number 1. That's pretty much it, and it's kind of infuriating. I want to be freaking I want to have my Jaeger loadout with my Jaeger type mech. You get it? You get it? I'm a hunter inside of a Jaeger. I'm sorry. Anyway, I want to be able to customize my loadouts. I want to be able to look different than other people, and I'm going to be getting the season pass soon, so I'm hoping more maps make it in. And on that note, the map design is glorious. I cannot compare it to anything else. It's beautiful for the movement system, and I hope the new maps are going to be even better. But aside from all that, guys, those are my first impressions of Titanfall as of March the 18th, 2014. Ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise, I hope you have enjoyed this little bit and the gameplay in the background, whatever it might be. I honestly don't know. Hopefully it'll actually have sound. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for viewing. Hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you out on that beautiful battlefield on the frontier. If not, I'll hopefully see you all next round.